Grand Horizons
is a play written by Bess Wohl.
A couple in their 70s.
Played by James Cromwell and Jane Alexander.
50-year marriage.
Recently moved into an independent living facility.
Lots of thoughts.
Nancy asks Bill for a divorce.
Lots of surprises.
On paper, have had a perfect marriage, and they have 2 sons.
As good sons, we descend on them.
To stop this from happening.
Nancy is finding herself in late age for the first time probably in her life, coming out of a rather cocoonish life for herself, and a marriage that she finds after 50 years is not satisfying.
I can tell you what he does. He's a pharmacist. I can tell you what he's looking for, what he wants, is to be recognized for something other than a pharmacist. He wants to be funny. He wants to be loved. He wants to be the center of focus, which he's not. He's dedicated his life to his marriage. He's provided, he's put a house, a roof over their head, and food on the plate. And now he wants something more. So I guess I'm a guy who wants something more.
I played Ben French, the older and wiser brother of the 2 French brothers. Ben has always been the responsible, managerial brother. And so when he comes home, he's just going to fix everything. It's not going to happen. It's not real. Brian can, be as dramatic as he likes, but Ben is going to take care of things. He's totally got it under control.
I come into this with my husband named Ben. Ben plays Ben, and I play Jess. And Jess is a 8-month pregnant woman who is a therapist. It's my first time also working with a female director and female writer at the same time. And to have them look out for this character and not have us try to figure out a way to subversively make an arc or layers for this woman, but to really try to discover what is going on inside of her, how she's seeing herself and her marriage reflected in her in-laws, and how she's dealing with being 8 months pregnant. I'm not married and I've never had a child. I've had a lot of friends who've been pregnant, but I really feel deeply connected to this character, and I really do feel like, very metaphorically, like we've really birthed Jess together, all of us.
My character, Carla, because the baby boomers went through a thing of, it was when they were born into a very rigid, staid kind of existence with the parents. You go to school, the son goes to college, the daughter gets married, that whole thing. And then there was the other thing that was evolving, which was burn the bra, I don't have to get married, free love, hippies, all of that. So Carla kind of is kind of split up in those 2 worlds, because she's conservative, but she made choices to be an independent woman and not take the road of marriage, and to have her career, as simple as it might be. It was her career, and loved doing it and got a lot of satisfaction out of it.
I play Brian French, who is the younger son, and he is a single drama teacher, high school drama teacher, and the idea that his parents might split up is devastating to him, and he is quite confident that he's the emotional core of the family, and throughout the course of the play he realizes that not only is he not the emotional core of the family, but that core doesn't exist at all.
And my character, one of the adult sons, goes out one night and brings me home to this independent living facility. And I don't want to give too much away, but a lot of hilarity, but also truth gets revealed in this kind of crazy night in this independent living facility. Bess and I actually went to drama school together many years ago. She was in the acting program then, and now she's become this incredible writer. But Bess said this, I think, to us at some point, where she feels like so much great comedy comes out of agony, and I think that's very true for the way this play functions. It's bitingly funny, but I think a lot of its comedy also comes from recognizability and relatability, and the fact that I think relationships are challenging for everybody.
In my circle of friends, I noticed in several cases, their parents were getting divorced after 50 years or more of marriage, and their parents were in their late 70s or 80s. I started digging around about this and realized there was this cultural phenomenon happening that even has a name. It's called gray divorce. Basically, the rates of divorce of people above 65 are really skyrocketing. So I became interested in this as a cultural phenomenon. At the same time, I was embarking on a new marriage. And so I was thinking a lot about love and what it means and whether it can last, and I hope so. And then I was also interested in putting people on stage who I hadn't seen as protagonists of plays before. You know, every time you see an 80-year-old on stage, most of the time they have dementia, or they're senile, or they're sort of a side character who provides some kind of comic relief. And I really wanted to put people who are not normally center stage in the spotlight, making choices as protagonists of a play. That felt really challenging and like something I'd never seen before, and that's what I'm always looking for in my writing.
My grandfather left my grandmother the day after their 50th wedding anniversary, and so when Bess told me that this was the idea for her new play, I was like, sign me up, because I think there's a lot of material to mine here in my own heart, as well as I think in the hearts of many people. And I really love the way that Bess reveals our humanity through both pathos and tragedy, and also through comedy, and things that shouldn't be funny are so funny, and things that seem like they're going to be funny are so sad. And her intentionality around language, her interest in asking questions and not providing answers, her ability to capture people's inarticulateness on stage. They're all through this kind of theatricality. It just feels really, I just got so excited, even before it was written, when we were just talking about it, I got so excited about the prospect of Bess tackling this subject.
Particularly at my age and having had quite a long career in the theater, I'm really enjoying working with these young people. Bess and Leigh. Bess Wohl is a gifted playwright, and Leigh Silverman is a brilliant director. I'm just loving what they're doing and what they're presenting. And I think Jamie and I have talked a little bit about this with them. There's some generational differences that are fascinating to come across, and we talk things out with them about those things.
You know, and I haven't done theater for a while, and I'm really interested in watching another director and their process and how they deal with us in order to get what they want, what they impose, what they allow you to discover for yourself, how they phrase what they want, whether they act it out, whether they explain it in some way. So I'm really interested in watching that and seeing how it affects me primarily, and then how it's affecting other people to communicate, because you don't really know. Once you get in it, you don't know the shape of the whole. You get stuck in it, now you're in it, and now you're just a piece of it. So watching her, I'm getting a sense of how she wants this thing to go. As far as playwrights is concerned, I never know what's going on in the head of a playwright. I really don't. I don't know how they make the choices that they do. I hope it makes sense. It made sense to me when I read it. Hopefully what we've created will make sense to the people who see it. And since it's about something, I think they will get something.